If you could add some snowflakes and some jingles to the intro, that'd be perfect. I'm full of Christmas cheer and angst. I don't know. It's a little bit spicy of both. Here we go, folks. Dude, 'tis the season. It's post-Thanksgiving, so now we can celebrate Christmas, which I've been celebrating Christmas since it was south of 40 degrees, which was only just a couple of weeks ago. Christmas is here. We can be happy. Sorry, I missed y'all last week, but I might be replaced by those two. Although, have they ever watched this show? They started with the sports section. What is that?
I think Kyle was really excited because his wife was in the sports section.
Yeah, it was very cute. Yes. Kyle was like, Bree's in it. And then he was like, I got a correction to make. It's Bree Busker.
That's my wife. That would be Bree Busker. So if we could get that corrected in the future.
All right, here we go. Right off the bat on the Fayette Advertiser, the Fayette City Council approves zoning change for short-term ground floor rentals downtown. My immediate gut reaction to this was like, please no. But if you read a little bit more, the Fayette Board of Aldermen last week gave unanimous approval to a zoning change to the B1 business district to allow for short-term rentals. The change will enable downtown building owners to rent up to 30% of ground floor space for short-term stays, such as hotel, Airbnb-style rentals, providing the space is not street-facing. The change was approved by the city's Planning and Zoning Commission, and no objections were made at that one either. So short-term rentals, not long-term rentals, because that's what I thought it meant at first. Like you could do like a rental property in the back of your building, which I'm just like, no, please, no. But you could do some really cute kind of Christmas. I don't know. Christmas is just on the brain right now. If someone would come like stay in a short-term rental on the square, that's cute. One downtown property owner has been working on his buildings, hoping that the zoning would generate revenue from ground floor rentals. Dusty Vogt purchased the two southernmost buildings on the west side of the downtown square on Main Street. Some of you guys might notice that. I think that used to be called Colonial Mercantile. He's been doing a ton of work on that. I'm super excited to see how that looks. He wants to make hotel rooms on the ground floor with office space on the side facing the courthouse, along with upstairs apartments. So great to see investment into the downtown area. The Fayette City employees will be honored as grand marshals of the downtown Fayette Christmas Parade on Saturday. This Saturday is the downtown Fayette Christmas Parade. Let me get a schedule of events here. There is no schedule on this. Hold on. I have one. Stay with me. All right. 4:30, the parade check-in starts. 5 o'clock, the parade judging, and 5:30 is the lighted Christmas parade. Happening right before that is the Fayette Hot Cocoa Competition. There are 8 businesses signed up for that. Let me read off to those. So the Fayette Chamber is hosting their Hot Cocoa Competition and window decorating competition, where you can vote with a QR code for the hot cocoa when you get to those locations. But you have Abide participating at their location, Keystone Chiropractic, Lafayette on the Square, Ophelia's, Maybe's, the Fayette Area Community Theater, I believe, is in the Tricky Fish Hall, Henry's Hometown Ice Cream here right by the office, and Fireside Bakes and Brews. So we have that going on from, let's see, I think it's from 3 to 4. Somebody can clean me up in the comments if that's wrong, but I believe that's 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, or maybe 4:30, something like that. Basically, you can do the hot cocoa competition, come on down to the downtown Fayette Parade, and just have a fun holiday cheer day with yourself and your family. What's the weather looking like on Saturday?
Hey, Siri.
Dude, Siri's too slow. 42 degrees and sunny is what we're looking at on Saturday. So that is wonderful. Should be a nice day. Come on out to Fayette, Missouri, and enjoy a little bit of just a little Hallmark-ish Christmas. You've got the Grand Marshals who are going to be the Fayette City employees. Cool. I don't know how that comes about, but cool. FHS alum Quincy Moore is presenting inspirational story to high school students. So Quincy Moore will return to Fayette High School. He graduated in 1992, and I don't know what he's speaking at. I think he's just coming. Cool. All right. CMU winter commencement Saturday afternoon. Oh, that's hideous timing. Well, maybe everybody who comes down for graduation will come down to the hot cocoa competition and to the downtown parade. But there you go. 1 p.m. on Saturday is when CMU has their graduation. CMU also has a Christmas concert on Sunday at 3 p.m. at Lynn Memorial. Quickly onto the sports section. Fayette catcher inks with State Fair Community College. Fayette senior Leah Teese has formally committed to play softball at State Fair Community College in Sedalia next season. Fayette senior standout inked her national letter of intent with State Fair Community College in Sedalia. From what I understand, pretty salty. It's hard to play at the next level in any sort of sport, so congrats to you, Leah. I'm sure a lot of hard work. The Glasgow tournament got postponed. I don't know if you noticed that, but Monday night's games were moved, pushed a day later. And you can see the schedule events here in the paper too. But basically, they pushed everything back one day because of the snow that we had on Monday. That's it on sports.
This is like your luck to come back, and this is the paper.
Dude, yeah, I missed like the best paper of the week. Where is that paper? I got to read some. I have some thoughts on last week's paper. I guess at this point, let's talk about local church services. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 17, 18, 19. Holding strong in 19, folks. That's good. Hey, it's the Christmas season. You should go to church. And for all you, I have to be careful here. I want to be a kind voice to all. So I'll do my best to be a kind voice to all. I think you should go to church. I think everybody should go to church. Likely that feeling of loneliness and that thing you're missing is at least a church community and most likely Jesus. 2, Christians. This is a time of year where lots of Christians do 2 things. They get really mad at Starbucks. And I just have to tell you, who freaking cares what Starbucks puts on their cup? Okay. Nobody cares. I sure don't. As a Christian, I was not looking to Starbucks to promote my religious beliefs. I just want them to make a good cup of coffee every time. So 1, that gets really popular this time of year. It's like all of a sudden we think that Starbucks is attacking Christmas by making peppermint mochas and putting Xmas, I guess, on their cup. I don't even know what the drama is. But the other thing that happens around this time, and again, I'm trying to be encouraging, because I think if you don't go to church, you should go to church. I think you should belong to a community of believers. But the flip side of this is a very popular time of year where Christians will make posts like you basically saying you need to come to church more than just Christmas and Easter kind of thing. And while they are right, that is not going to make anybody want to come to church with you. I would just encourage you that if you have not been to church for a while, now is a great time to start going. It is a great time to start going. So don't listen to the haters and don't be a hater, okay? Anyway, there's my soapbox on that one. Okay, community events coming up. I mean, we have the hot cocoa competition, the Downtown Fayette Festival of Lights this Saturday.
What's your opinion? What about last week? Did you want to comment on?
Well, so last week I wanted to comment on, okay, so I did want to comment on this one. The Fayette man sues district after he was banned for campus. I hate how easy it is to sue. And I would like to know what lawyer picked up this case, because you're the start of the problem, all right? Lawyers who don't at least analyze, like, is this a worthwhile cause? Really, really tick me off, all right? I know that, maybe they're just looking for a payday, so maybe I won't judge them. Maybe the lawyers are really poor. I don't know who's representing this guy, so I'm not making any statements. And if you're the lawyer representing this guy, I'll probably get sued for saying this. But I just can't imagine. And maybe I don't know how being an attorney works, but I just can't imagine looking at this case going, yeah.
He might be defending himself.
He could be defending himself. Yeah. That's certainly possible. If he's not, man, I don't
know if you caught it last week, but John was like, maybe we need to have not field reporter Landon go to the small claims court.
I listened to that. I don't know if I was really bored, I guess, but I'm not really bored right now. Just so y'all know what I'm up to these days. Well, it's Christmas season, but I am studying for what's called the Series 65 exam, which is one of the most brutal exams I've ever had to take in my life. It's one of those tests that it'll give you your 4 possible multiple choice answers. Like, it'll give you your options, and then each answer is 1 and 2. 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 1, 2, and 3. So there's no not knowing this stuff. So that's what I'm doing these days. But last week I was traveling for Thanksgiving. I always love Justin's commentary in here where he says his handwritten complaint is difficult to decipher, but it may suggest that the district wastes taxpayer money by over-maintaining the fields and cites daily mowing. I have a theory that also if maybe the fields weren't maintained, somebody would complain about that too. So here's what I've been saying for a few years, really since COVID happened, was we have enough uncontrolled chaos. Can we stop creating more, please? We have enough that we can't control. And stop suing. What is that? Why? I mean, what it's going to do is I think eventually, because our judicial system is designed to reward winning, not the truth, okay? And we're going to have so many bogus lawsuits. And by the way, a lot of bogus lawsuits happen because they want to bully the defendant into settling just because that's going to be easier than dragging out a trial for multiple years. Eventually, they're going to stop that kind of stuff. And while that's great that they stop that kind of stuff, it's going to actually reduce lawsuits that really do need to happen or really are important. So stop suing. Maybe take it out in the parking lot. Maybe we need to get back some of those days where you just take it out back. And you hug it out. My dad used to make me and my brothers like hug it out when we were mad with each other, jump up and down and tell each other we love you. So I don't know. Maybe it's maybe we can host a sing-off for arguments instead. Okay, no more small claims courts. You have to come here and we have a talent show. Actually, honestly, this is what like Judge Judy was for, right? Like, let's keep it out of the real court system. And you know what? Instead of you hiring a bunch of lawyers, let's put you on a show. I'll do it. I'll be Judge Johnny. I'll do it. I don't care. But yeah, like let's just deal with your problems like it's Shark Tank style, not really boring the courts. Anyway, that one was shocking to see. It wasn't shocking. I was just like, what on earth? So, and then again, kind of like with the Exchange Bank lawsuit, I want to know where the lawsuit tracker is. I want to keep up with this stuff. Is it like CaseNet? I don't know. But all right, I got dropped this off from a local citizen here. Fayette's new Missouri Department of Conservation cost share grant. The city of Fayette and the Fayette Tree Board are grateful to the Missouri Department of Conservation for the new 2025 cost share grant to help care for our urban forests. So long story short, over the last 3 years, the funding from the Department of Conservation grants has helped fund the removal of 24 trees and paid for the purchase of 20 trees for the city of Fayette. This sounds like a really cool thing, like tree management plan. Where was this during Treegate? This was the positive solution to Treegate, not nuke it. Dang it. Anyway, if you want to plant some trees, you can get some grants for it. Unpopular opinion, Cassie?
Welcome back for another unpopular opinion. With the holidays upon us, my son and I have started decorating the inside of our house. As a family, we will go cut down a tree this weekend. Pretty exciting. But that means that I have Christmas music and Christmas movies playing. With that, my unpopular opinion, Elf is not the best Christmas movie out there. No. In my opinion, Santa Claus is, with Tim Allen. Hands down. Love it. My husband and I will binge it every year. Love it. Polar Express, it's okay. It's all right. But the Santa Claus, top tier. While we're on that, comparing apples to oranges, The Grinch with Jim Carrey, awful. I can't do it. I can't. But the cartoon Grinch, not the old one, the newest one, oh my gosh, love it. It's got pentatonic singing in it. Who wouldn't like that? So drag me through the mud if you want, but unpopular opinion, Elf's not that great, and the Jim Carrey version of The Grinch, terrible.
A couple of movie recommendations for you / show recommendations, because this is the time of year where it's cold, it's dark by 4:30, and you watch some shows. Trey Kennedy made a Hallmark movie on YouTube, so you don't even have to have like a subscription to go watch that, but one of the funniest things I've ever watched in my entire life. It's just worth it. Also, I realized Trey Kennedy is from Kansas City. So, Trey, we're going to send this to you and you should come on our podcast. I have so little subscribers, but you should come on here, come to this small town. I'll give you free ice cream and we can talk about whatever you want to. I just know he was in Kansas City. So I'm going to try to get him on here. And then the other thing is Stranger Things Volume 5 is out. It is wild. The writing feels a little bit lazy, or possibly maybe the actors that were kids from 14 years ago grew up to not be that good at acting. But there's a couple of lines in there that were like, "We gotta defeat them," and I'm like, "What? What is that?" So,
Well, yeah. So like,
did you watch it yet?
Yeah, I've watched all 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Are you like mostly?
There's only 4
it?
episodes
Or
out.
4, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
What, okay, without spoiling it, or maybe I'll just put spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
What's your take on, or like, how do you feel about how it ended?
How it ended
with Will?
I mean, it depends on where they go with it, right? Like, if all of a sudden Will can just have all the powers of Vecna, and like, it's just, and I don't think the Duffer Brothers would do this, but if they just do a clean sweep and clean house and the good guys win and everything happens at the end, my theory is, if you remember from season 4, or I think it's season 4, Dustin talks about how Vecna is the 5-star general for the Mind Flayer. I think what Vecna is actually doing with all of these kids that he's abducting is he's trying to put together an army of powers that he puts into them to go defeat the Mind Flayer.
You think Vecna's the good guy?
I don't think he's the good guy. but I think he's misunderstood. I think it would just be too easy. Last season was a whole season of trying to defeat Vecna. They can't do the same thing again.
Whatever happened to the Mind Flayer? I don't remember.
Well, when he gets shot, when they show that scene where Elle kicks him into the Upside Down and he gets shot by lightning and everything, that's where he meets the Mind Flayer in the Upside Down, where Henry does, or 001.
Nice.
That's where he the Mind Flayer, either he says in one sense that he tames the Mind Flayer, but there's also apparently a play that is canon. I don't know if you've looked into this at all.
Yeah, it tells you more about Henry.
It tells you more about Henry's background. So there's also theories that Vecna is Will's dad. That's a jump. That's a big jump. I don't think that's possible.
This is a complaint I have. I don't like it. Maybe it's because my brain's all messed up, but I do the scene where they have the kids and he connects the tube to their mouth. Super
hard to watch.
Super uncomfortable.
Well, again, this is kind of a gory show, right?
Yeah.
So
that's also coming from somebody who's watching. I don't know. You don't know about Welcome to Derry. There's a lot of kids getting murked in that.
Yeah, I mean, that was hard to watch.
Yeah, that
for
was
sure.
A really weird scene.
That was hard to watch. All right, on to the Fayette News Exchange, sorting by most recent. The Fayette Senior Center has put their menu out for the time, so you'll probably see this Thursday. So Friday is scrambled eggs, sausage, hash brown pancakes for breakfast. Sunday is cheeseburger and the fixings. Monday is smothered pork chop, and no, I got that wrong. Anyway, go read it. Let's see here. Fayette Senior Center is also looking for anyone volunteered to delivering meals to the homebound clients in New Franklin. We could do that. Hop in the Fayette and the State Farm cars and do that. Let's see here. Foster care information meeting happening on January 11th at 6 p.m. at the First Baptist Church. I think that's part of Coyote Hill. Not a lot happening here, folks, which is maybe a good thing. Maybe y'all are spending time with families, trying to wrap up the year, spreading the holiday cheer. You know, Kelly Husteady said if anyone needs their walks or driveways cleared of snow, please call her at 660-537-1416. Yeah, we had a little bit of a snow that the roads mostly didn't get pre-treated, at least in Columbia. That's what they were talking about. I don't know what happened in Fayette, but overall, I think they got cleared pretty quick.
You see your brother's post, dude.
My brother's most recent post. You know what? I'll read that for him. I'll be a good brother. Let me read Logan's most recent post. Logan is, he'll have currently some rental available in January or February. No pictures of the inside currently as it's getting new drywall, plumbing, electrical, heating, and cooling, as well as appliances. It's a 2-bed, 1-bath with a detached garage located going out towards Ricketts Lake. Rent will be $1,200. If the tenant has great references and not a billion pets or children or partners, we will charge less. Located in Fayette. So just a little, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Are we selling anything at Henry's right now, Abaya?
What? Oh, wow. Wow. Well, we're trying to sell some ice cream. We've been working on some really good slogans for why you should buy ice cream in the cold weather.
You should buy ice cream because you're already the same temperature as it is.
You should buy ice cream in the cold because on the bright side, it won't melt.
You should buy ice cream because... Please buy ice cream.
You should buy ice cream in the cold because buying homemade ice cream in a small town when it snows is like pretty much a Hallmark movie if you think about it really hard.
What's something you've changed your mind about in the last year and why?
Ooh, what's something I've changed my mind about in the last year?
Somebody doesn't sound very open-minded.
No, I think I'm always, I usually, what's the quote? Strong opinions held loosely. I've changed my mind a bit on, I change paths all the time, but I've changed my mind a bit on schooling and how I think schooling should be done for kids. And by change my mind, usually change your mind means you come up with a new opinion. I just don't. I think I'm just slowly disintegrating some beliefs around what's best for my kids.
What's your take on... Trump's now talking about it nationwide, but Missouri in particular is talking about eliminating, I think maybe we've talked about this, but income taxes. Do you have any,
that'd be great.
Do you have an educated, because would that hurt at all? I was talking this with my adopted dad, and he was kind of explaining how 60, I think he said he looked into it, it's 60% of Missouri's revenue is income tax. So it's you can't just.
Yeah, they'd have to generate it from somewhere else. I haven't spent a lot of time researching this stuff, but
yeah, and now that I think about it, I think I did tell you about it. I think they're trying to do a 30% sales tax, which I would prefer, because if it was 30, that would suck. You buy something for $100 and it's plus 30%. But I also control where I spend my money.
Yeah.
So
doing that would certainly reduce some of the inflationary issues that we're dealing with, right? So if you raise taxes and especially tax the consuming of products, then the supply of products is going to go up because people aren't buying it as much. And what causes inflation is when you have too many dollars chasing too few goods. So right now, when you have a lot of money chasing not enough, like supply shortages is all we've heard about for the past few years, that inflates prices like crazy. And so if you kind of flip the script and instead of taxing the income that we're fighting so hard to get, and you tax the consuming of, like when you think about cyclical economic, I'm learning all this stuff in my Series 65 stuff.
Nice.
When you like look at cyclical economic times, the like automobile industry is a very cyclical industry. So when economies are good, people are buying lots of cars. When it's bad, people aren't buying very many cars, which I think if you talk to most dealers right now, we are not selling a lot of cars, which I think is a good thing. I mean, I think that kind of overall demand needs to go down because car prices have been insane. But I could see how like taxing the purchase of, that's where you kind of get into, like I would hate to see a gallon of milk take 30-40% taxes. I'd hate to see essential items like that. But then who gets to draw the line on what's essential, right? You start clothing taxes, you know. One thing, a good idea for you guys this year, especially if you're looking for some budget friendlies, because this is tight. If you're looking for some budget-friendly Christmas ideas, doing a re-gift exchange is a great way for you to get something out of your house that you don't use and maybe into the hands that somebody would like to do. So I think my Henry's team is going to do a re-gift exchange. That'll be fun. But do a re-gift exchange. I heard that idea from Brandy Sperling, my friend, who also has a podcast. I think it's called Spree Culture Co. That's her new name, I believe. Yeah. Anyway, she's got a podcast. She's an HR professional, public speaker, but she talked about a re-gift exchange, and I think that's a genius idea because I have so many things in my house that's worth something, don't want to donate it, wouldn't sell, but would go well in somebody else's hand. So do a re-gift exchange. All right, well, folks, hopefully you enjoyed this week of the FayetteNAM. We will do it again next week. We will do it again the next week, and then we are going to shut up for Christmas. So encourage you to shop local. Hopefully see you this Saturday at the Downtown Festival of Lights. And again, Merry Christmas.